Hello, Rincon Mountain. My name is Kevin Daane. I serve as the Director of Ministry Engagement at Engaging Disability with the Gospel, and I am recording this video in my home office in Escondido, California. I want to thank you so much for partnering with me in prayer. It is an absolute joy and delight and encouragement to me to know that you are lifting me and our ministry up in prayer. Since this is my first video that I'm sharing with you, I wanted to take a few minutes to introduce you to me and to the ministry that I'm a part of. As I mentioned to you, my name is Kevin Daane. I live in Escondido, California. I have been in Escondido since 2001. I came out here to attend Westminster Seminary, California, and started serving at New Life PCA here as an intern, and then after graduation, the church called me as an associate pastor. We worship at the church. I serve as an elder there, and have served as an associate pastor for 17 years, until about 2 years ago when I accepted the new role at Engaging Disability with the Gospel. My wife's name is Kathy. I have 2 children, adult children, Maddie and Stephen. Kathy and I have been married for almost 36 years now. Our oldest daughter, Maddie, is married. She's a special ed teacher. She and her husband gave birth to my first grandchild, our first grandchild, 9 months ago, and they are actually expecting their second child in August, and we're excited about that. My son Stephen is 22 years old. He was born 4 months premature, and as a result of the circumstances of his birth, he was born with multiple disabilities, and so disability has been a part of our family life for 22 years now. In addition to that, in my role at New Life, I've had the privilege of heading up our disability ministry there for 9 years now. So disability ministry has been a part of what I've done in the ministry for a number of years as well. As I shared with you about 2 years ago, I accepted a role working for Engaging Disability. We are the PCA's denominational disability ministry. We coach churches to disciple and enfold kids, teens, and adults with disabilities. There are just over 1,900 churches in our denomination. We, as a ministry, are aware of over 300 churches that are intentional about disability ministry, and we are currently coaching about 270 churches within the denomination. Our team is small. We're a team of 8, and so we're very busy coaching those churches, and the demand for our services continues to grow, but it is just a joy and just so wonderful to come alongside churches and partner with them as they strive to really do well at caring for the families in their churches who are impacted by disability. I'd like to ask you in this video to pray for 3 things, since this is, again, our first prayer conversation. First, I'd like to ask you to pray for the denomination. Would you pray with me that within the PCA, that every church in the PCA would become and would be intentional about caring for, about enfolding, about discipling the kids, the teens, and the adults within their congregations who are impacted by disability. You know, often churches want to do that, but they don't know how, and they're afraid to ask. So my prayer, my heart is that every church would overcome that fear and that reticence and embrace the opportunities they have to serve well in that area. Number 2, I would ask you to pray for our ministry, for Engaging Disability with the Gospel. As I said, the demand for our services is growing continually, and as a team, we want to serve our churches well in the midst of that growth. So would you pray with me that we could do that the Lord would give us the wisdom that we need and the resources that we need to serve the denomination well. And then lastly, I would ask if you would pray for me. And this may seem perhaps a little bit unusual coming from a pastor, but I would ask you to pray with me and for me that I would persevere in prayer. I know my own inclination is to push prayer to the margins when the tyranny of the urgent increases. And as the demand for our ministry grows, I know that will be what I tend to do, and I don't want to do that. I have seen so clearly over the last 2 years that prayer is essential to move this ministry forward. And so I would ask you to pray that the Lord would work in my heart and mind to move me away and sanctify me in ways that push me away from my disposition to put the work first and prayer second, but instead would lean more heavily on the Lord as the demands for ministry increase. So again, thank you so much for partnering with me in prayer. I look forward to continuing this relationship and getting to know all of you better. God bless you. Thanks. Bye.